Hey guys, this is Rob here again today. So today we got another RDA to do a review on, and this RDA is called the CEO Fog RDA, and the original one did come from Celtic Mods. They're the ones that made it, but this is a clone, and this clone is from angelcigs.com. And this RDA right here is going for, I do believe, $10 on angelcigs.com, and they do have the three different types of AFC rings. You got the copper, the black, the stainless steel, and the brass. I do believe that's the three they have on there. And so yeah, I have been enjoying this CEO RDA here. Produces a good amount of vapor, and for the flavor, it's okay on the flavor, but for the most part, this is a nice vaping producer. And you can run this in single mode or dual mode, and this is a 22mm RDA. So let's go ahead and dive down on the table and take a look at this bad boy. Alright guys, here is the box that it did come to me in, and it's just a little cardboard little box, nothing fancy. We'll go ahead and open it up here, and you basically get the RDA, and then you also do get a little packet of, you get your Allen key for your grub screws, you get some spare O-rings, some silica coils, a screwdriver, some extra screws, and some extra grub screws. So that's all the stuff you do get in this. So you do get quite a few extras for just in case. Go ahead and put that back in there. So yeah, here it is right here. I do have it on my Raptor 120 watt Raptor box mod that I did build, and this one here is the copper version right here. Got the copper AFC ring, and once again, this is 22mm device, and you can run this in single and dual modes for this RDA here. Now this does have a different design for the T-post. It does have the 3-post design here, as you guys can tell on here. You do have the center T-post, which does have grub screws in, and then the outer, the negative screws are milled into the deck on this, and they do have Phillip head screws on them. And as you can tell, you can put big size wire in this. I do have 22 gauge wire in this right now, dual coils, and as you can tell, it does have some pretty big holes in there. And if you can see on the T-post, which I believe you can, that's actually a slot. That's not actually a hole, which comes in real handy when if you're building with ribbon wire and stuff like that. Flat wire works real well. This does have a 5mm juice well in it, and as you can tell, the base is milled down into there, so you do have groove, a little deep groove that's in there. And they are separated. It's not one big deep groove. It's one groove for this side, one groove for that side. And you do have a high temp peak insulator in there, and you can tell you do have the nice two O-rings as well on there. So let's go ahead and take it off the Raptor box. And as you tell, it does have a copper center pin right here, connection pin, and then it does have the CEO and then your serial number, which this one is 356. And once again, this is the clone from angelcigs.com. So yeah, I mean, it's nothing major to it. It does hold a nice amount of juice with the 5mm juice well. Nice milling in there. I have not had any issues whatsoever with this. The screws go right on in, nice and smooth. No hanging up or anything like that. You can put some big gauge wire in there. As you can tell, this here is 22 gauge 9-wrap wire in there. I do believe that's what is in there. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, now this might actually be 24 gauge in here. Yeah, I believe this is actually 24 gauge. Sorry about that. but you can get 22 gauge in this baby. Work real nice. Alright. So yeah, I mean, that's basically all there is to it. This pin is non-adjustable. You need to keep it tight, keep your center post tight, unless you like it to spin around on you. It's your choice. But once again, I have not had any issues with this. It works real well. Decent flavor. It's not the greatest, but it does have some real good vapor production with this. Let's go ahead and put the top back on the Raptor box. Then here is the base right here. Let's see if I can get this here off. Right here. Alright, so as you can tell, the top housing is got the conical shape in there, the dome shape inside there, and it does have a nice little O-ring right there to keep it from any juice leakage, and it does have threads, so the top is threaded, and you do have a nice Delrin insulator there. Now this did not come with the drip tips, so it will fit pretty much all. I mean, all the drip tips that I own do fit up inside there. Nothing different about that, nothing particular. So it does work real well, but it did not come with the drip tip, and that is 304 stainless steel. And then here's the rest of the base here. Now this does come off. It is a little juicy. Might have a little hard time getting this AFC ring off. See if I can get it off here. Does have 2 O-rings underneath this AFC's right there, so you ain't gonna have to worry about this thing flying off, and you adjust it to where you need it. It's gonna stay, but you're actually gonna have to turn it to and force it to move. So you can tell you got your 3 holes. You got one there for your single mode, and then you got your duals here for your dual mode. So let's go ahead and line this up for your duals. So you can actually, and you only got 2 holes in the AFC ring, so if you put it here, you're only gonna have single mode. Alright, and then if you put it here, you'll have your dual mode, which that's pretty much what I run all my stuff in, is dual mode right there. As you can tell, nice and tight to get that AFC spun, so you're not going to have to worry about the AFC ring changing its set point for you. And as you can tell, there is threads on the base of the RDA also. So let's go ahead and thread this back on. Nice and tight. So yeah, this works real well. I do like the design. You can pull it off and on to change your to fill your, put more wick it up or juice it up, stuff like that. Check your stuff out. So yeah, I like the idea of that. And you can also tell there is a little lip here. That little lip does go over the edge there, and then it stops, so you don't have to worry about it going too far on. Alright, so let's go ahead and kind of bump this, make sure the coils are okay. Yeah, they look pretty well even. And let's go ahead and get this baby wicked up here. So we'll go ahead and just get some cotton here. Nothing fancy. Go ahead and strip that down here. Roll it up a little bit. Feed it through. Alright, pull some of it back, just like that. Now this is a pretty, it was a pretty simple, easy RDA to build on with those slots in the center T-post. Easy to build with that. So get the old fingernail clippers again. Like I say, I always like to trim mine towards the edge of the RDA. I don't like too much cotton. Trim that down. ahead and do the other side. Once again, using the tweezers, which I should be using scissors. These tweezers don't cut very good for cotton. So we'll go ahead and pull off the excess. And there you have it. I just like to cut it right there at the edge of the RDA because I don't want cotton up underneath the coils. I like to keep the cotton away from underneath the coils so we can get good, plenty of airflow so we can breathe. Helps with producing bigger clouds. If you got it all closed off, blocked off, that will interfere with producing good vapor production. You need plenty of airflow. So let's go ahead and kind of get that out underneath there, and there you go. Basically got that all built. Let's go ahead and put some Cosmic Fog Milk and Honey on there. Get it all juiced up here. And once again, with the 5 millimeter juice well, you can get quite a bit of juice up inside there and not have to worry too much about it. And we'll go ahead and fire this up here. Yep, producing good. Put a little more on there. There we go. Another thing I do want to point out is the cap does sit on nice and tight. It is kind of a tight fit. You ain't going to have to worry about that coming off anytime soon. It is nice and tight. Alright, so let's go ahead and bring it back to the top, talk about it and vape a little bit more. So alright guys, as you guys can tell, it does do some pretty good vapor production. It's not going to be like your Doge or Dark Horse stuff like that, but it does have a real good amount of vapor production with this, and a pretty good decent flavor as well. Now the top does not get too hot. As you can tell, I do not have a drip tip. Excuse me. No drip tip. Got that nice Delrin top right there on the insulator. And I have not had this getting hot on me or anything like that. And I do have this as around a 0.25 dual sub-ohm coil builds in here. And yeah, I mean the RDA doesn't get hot, so I'm able to do plenty of hits off this without having to worry about my lips getting hot. So alright guys, once again, this did come from angelcigs.com, and I will put a link in the description down below so you guys can check out their website and check out all their great products that they have. I haven't been having any issues with any of the items that I've been getting from them lately. They have been doing some pretty good quality for their items. So I will put a link in the description down below so you guys can check out their website. And this is the CEO Fog RDA review. Until next time.